Welcome everyone. In the previous classes we were dealing with this, we have studied the structure of chloroplast. It is the actual site where photosynthesis takes place. Okay, so photosynthesis, which is a process which requires sunlight, and it converts that sunlight into light energy into chemical energy by the production of carbohydrates with the release of oxygen. So now here we have seen this actual site of photosynthesis, that is photosynthesis takes place inside the chloroplast. Inside the chloroplast, membranous systems are there and liquid is also there. That membranous systems helps in the trapping of sunlight. Membranous systems helps in the trapping of sunlight, and after a series of event it will give us ATP and NADPH. ATP and NADPH is produced. So those events are called as light reactions because they are dependent on sunlight. That is trapping of sunlight and this production of ATP and NADPH. These are the events. These are the different things which are these are the events which takes place during light reaction. Thus ATP and NADPH are produced, not events. These are the ATP and NADPH are the products which are produced by the events which takes place during light reaction. After trapping of energy, sunlight energy, various events will take place, and the result of those events is the synthesis of ATP and NADPH. Okay, and all these events are driven by the sunlight, by the presence of sunlight. In the absence of sunlight, these events cannot take place. So that is why this events which takes place in the membranous systems of chloroplast, those events are called as are the light reactions. Those events are included under light reactions. And by taking the products which are formed during light reaction, what are the products formed during light reaction? ATP and NADPH. By taking those products from light reaction, ATP and NADPH will help. ATP will help in incorporating carbon dioxide into stroma and thereby synthesizing the carbohydrates. We have studied until now. Now let us see what is that is actually are this the only pigment which is present is the chlorophyll. We might be wondering that is we see different colors, green color only, but different shades of green will be seen in the plants. Different shades of green will be seen in the plant. If chlorophyll is the only pigment present, then all the green whatever green colors, green things are present in the plants, it should be of the same shade. If only chlorophyll is present, then all the green color, that is parts of the plant which are green in color, it should be of the same shade. But it is not like that. Even they are green. Even when the plants are green in color, so the green shade is different. In different plants, the shade of green is different. And don't just go to this different plant, see in the same plant also. In the same plant also we find different shades of green color. If chlorophyll is the only pigment present, then every plant, every green part should be of the same shade. It is not. Why? Because chlorophyll is not the only pigment which is present inside the plants. The different shades of green is because of the presence of different pigments. Apart from chlorophyll, other pigments are also present. Let us see what are the other pigments. Here we have two types of chlorophyll, that is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll is of two types, that is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. So we have inside the chloroplast, we have chlorophyll A pigment and we have chlorophyll B pigment. So in this chlorophyll only, chlorophyll A is there, chlorophyll B is there. Two types of chlorophylls. Along with these two type of chlorophylls, here two other, that is other pigments are also present. Other pigments like xanthophyll. Xanthophyll is another pigment. Carotenoid Carotenoid, it is also one another pigment. So these different pigments will be present inside the plants. Apart from chlorophyll, different pigments are present inside the plant, and because of these pigments, these pigments are present in different concentrations. In all plants, all the concentration of all these pigments, that is, in all plants, concentration of all these pigments will not be the same. So concentrations of different pigments which are present will be different in different parts on different plants. So that is why we see different shades of green in the plant, same plant as well as in the other plant, green only but different shades. Why different shades? Because of presence of chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophyll and carotenoids in different concentrations and different plants. Okay, so and apart from this different 4 pigments, here phycobilin is also present. Okay, but the major pigments which are present is chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, that is xanthophyll and carotenoids. Apart this, here this chlorophyll A is bright blue green in color, bright blue and green in color. Some bluish greenish shade will be there. This pigment, the chlorophyll A pigment, it will be of bright blue and greenish shade. This chlorophyll, it will be of yellow green color. Okay, the xanthophylls, these are yellow color pigments. Xanthophylls are yellow color pigments, and this carotenoids, another important pigment which is present is carotenoid, and the color of carotenoid is yellow or yellowish orange, orangish yellow will be there. Okay, so here different pigments have different colors. So when these different pigments are present in different concentrations, if concentration of chlorophyll A is more and this is less, so that means the color will be there, will be a brightish blue, that is somewhat little green will be there. So it depends on the amount of concentration, how much of these pigments are mixed, how much of pigments are present. Based on those concentration of the pigments, the color will be present, the green color will be given to the plant, and that is why we see the different shades of green. So in chloroplast, we don't just find chlorophyll. In chloroplast, along with this chlorophyll and the chlorophyll, which is again of 2 types, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, major, apart other chlorophylls will be present, but we see chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, and along with this chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, we have xanthophylls and carotenoids. So these are the 4 important pigments which we see which will be present inside the chloroplast, not just only chlorophyll. So apart from chlorophyll, chloroplast also consists of xanthophylls and carotenoids. Okay, let us see what is pigment. We see that chlorophyll is a pigment, xanthophyll is a pigment, carotenoid is a pigment. What actually is a pigment? What is a pigment? Okay, what is a pigment? We all know what is pigment. We have studied this in low classes. So pigment is a molecule. Pigment is a molecule which absorbs light of specific wavelength. Pigment is a molecule. Pigment is a molecule which absorbs light of a specific wavelength. Okay, pigment is a molecule which absorbs light of specific wavelength. So that is why here these pigments will absorb the light. So that is why these pigments help in absorbing, that is trapping of sunlight. So who will do the work of trapping the sunlight? This chlorophyll along with the other pigments. It traps the sunlight. I said you on the thylakoid membrane, chlorophyll will be present, pigment will be present, and these chlorophyll pigment will trap the sunlight. I said you know membranous systems, they help in trapping of sunlight, and when trap the sunlight, that is different events will be followed which will be resulting in the production of ATP and NADPH. So start, who will do this one? This chlorophyll pigment or this pigments will absorb the light. Pigments will absorb the light of a specific wavelength and helps in the starting of the process. So now here these three on the board, you see three different graphs are plotted. Okay, first graph, coming to this first graph. Okay, this graph is plotted against this different wavelengths like 400, 500, 600, 700. Our visible region is from 400 to 700 nanometers. Visible light is from 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers. Visible light, the light which we see, the light which, so the visible light is from the range 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers. So if we plot a graph by taking this visible region with light at one, that is visible light at one side, and the pigments at the other side. So pigments at the other side. So when light is passed, when light is given to the different chlorophyll pigments, how much of light they will be absorbing? How much of light they will be absorbing? I'll write here because visible region is from 400 to 700 nanometers. 400 nanometers to 700 nanometers. Okay, if this light is given to different chlorophyll molecules, okay, if this light is provided to this chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophyll and carotenoids, so what they will do? How much of light they will absorb? So here absorbance of light at this, now when we plot this here, this one is the chlorophyll B, this is chlorophyll A, and this is xanthophyll. We just carotenoids will write. So this pigments, when they absorb this light, when they absorb the light, so which wavelength they will be absorbing? Okay, so this chlorophyll A will absorb the sunlight, that is VIBGYOR, because this visible light splits into 7 colors. VIBGYOR, VIBGYOR, it will split into 7 colors, that is VIBGYOR. So it will be this chlorophyll A, this chlorophyll, this one, this black color is the chlorophyll B. So it will be absorbing the light of blue region. Okay, maximum peak is at, so which light it is absorbing? The blue light. And apart from blue light, it also is, another peak is shown. So it is at red region. So that means chlorophyll A absorbs the light of blue region and red region, because 2 peaks are shown. Okay, here is one peak, here is one peak. That means here at this region, at this light, the absorption is maximum. Chlorophyll is absorbing maximum light from which region? From red region and from the blue region. Okay, and similarly with chlorophyll A also. Chlorophyll A is also absorbing the blue light region and the red light region. 2 peaks are there. 2 peaks are there. Okay, one it has blue region and another is at red region. So at now coming to the xanth, that is another one. So it is showing peak somewhere here in the green and green region, green and yellow region. It is showing a peak between green and yellow region. So it absorbs this carotenoids and xanthophylls, they absorb the light of green and yellow region. This chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B will absorb the light from blue region and the red region. It will absorb the light from blue region and red region. So this is the light, because this is the visible light. This visible light splits into 7 colors, and this pigment will absorb the light. Which from, they are absorbing light from which region? This pigments, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, they are absorbing light from blue region and red region maximum. Okay, so where they are maximum absorption is maximum at blue region and red region. Okay, now coming to this, we have seen that the different molecules, how they absorb light, where they absorb, this chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, especially chlorophyll A shows maximum peak. Chlorophyll A shows maximum absorption, and that too in the blue region and red region. With this graph, what we have seen that chlorophyll A shows maximum absorption of light, because it depends how much of light is absorbed. Here light energy is only required. These molecules has to absorb the light. Who is absorbing the maximum light? Chlorophyll A is absorbing the maximum light, because it is showing two peaks, and that two big peaks it is being shown. And these peaks are shown at which region? Which light it is absorbing maximum? It is absorbing the blue light and the red light. So absorption of light is the essential part of photosynthesis, because light is trapped. Who is trapping? That is, light is trapped means light is absorbed. Who is absorbing the light? Chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. And these two others will also be helping, but the most absorption of light is done by chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. So it is showing this maximum peak. So when compared to chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B, chlorophyll A shows maximum absorption. So chlorophyll A is the major pigment, and other pigments are the helping pigments. Other pigments are the helping pigments. Now coming to the second graph. Here in this along with the same, here we are plotting it against this visible light, that is from 400 to 700 nanometers, that is VIBGYOR VIB7 light. And here what we are seeing is amount of oxygen released. How much of oxygen is released? Okay, so when plants perform respiration, so when the green color absorb the light, when chlorophyll absorbs the light, okay, which light it will be absorbing? Green color light and blue color light and red color light. So here at those region, the oxygen released, because when photosynthesis is performed, oxygen is produced. When photosynthesis is not performed, oxygen is not produced. So here this shows the oxygen productivity. This graph shows the production of oxygen. So oxygen is produced in which wavelength more? It is also seen in blue region and red region. In blue region and red region, because the chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B absorbs light of blue region, and because it absorbs maximum light, it performs photosynthesis. So when they perform photosynthesis, then oxygen will be more photosynthesis, more oxygen. So which oxygen is also shown here? If we see this peak, so oxygen released is also near the blue region and the red region. Peak of oxygen is also shown. That if oxygen is at peak at blue region, means here at blue region the rate of photosynthesis is maximum. So how we are measuring the rate of photosynthesis? With the release of oxygen. We are measuring the photosynthesis with the release of oxygen. So here let us see this one. To understand this graph, let us take this one. Take a container, beaker with water, okay, and put some algae, bacteria, photosynthetic bacteria or algae. Take a prism, pass the light, VIBGYOR. Pass the light through the prism. So here for example, this is the prism. When light is passed, it will split into 7 colors. So these 7 colors will be seen, that is will be focused on this algae growth. So what happens is the algae which was spread evenly on this one, on the water surface, so they come and accumulate at blue region and red region. At blue region and red region, and in this region we also see water bubbles. You'll also see water bubbles in water. Algae will come and accumulate, and we'll also see bubbles of water. So here that bubbles of water are nothing but oxygen. That bubbles of water are nothing but oxygen. So this shows that these bacteria has performed the process of photosynthesis. Where it has performed the process of photosynthesis? At blue region and red region, because here the chlorophyll has, because they are blue green in color means they have chlorophyll in their bodies. These bacteria have chlorophyll in their bodies, and the chlorophyll absorb which wavelength? Which wavelength? That is, it absorbs the light of blue and red region. Okay, so they have absorbed the blue and red region light, and they have performed the process of photosynthesis. And because of the performing of photosynthesis, what happens? These oxygen has been produced in the form of bubbles. So this shows that oxygen production is also more at blue region and red region. Blue region and red region. So this is the graph showing action spectrum. Action spectrum, where action is taking place. In the spectrum, where action is taking place? Action is taking place at blue light region and red region. Blue region and red region. So if we combine this graph, now the third graph, it is a action spectrum. This one is the action spectrum of photosynthesis superimposed on absorption spectrum. So it is a combination of this one. You see this oxygen peak. This is the oxygen O2 released during photosynthesis. Okay, and this curve is of pigments, chlorophyll A, especially chlorophyll A. So if you see this chlorophyll A pigment and this oxygen, so if both are together merged, combined, superimpose this action, that is on this action spectrum, if this one is this absorption spectrum is imposed, you will see this one at this blue region. Blue region, chlorophyll A is absorbing maximum light, and it is also showing one more peak at 700 region, that is red region. Red region, it is showing another peak. So this chlorophyll A shows maximum absorption at blue region and red region. Similarly, oxygen is also produced, because this is absorbing more light means it will perform more photosynthesis. More photosynthesis means oxygen will be released. More oxygen will be released. Where oxygen? Where more photosynthesis will take place? Where more photosynthesis taking place? At blue region and red region. So here more photosynthesis, oxygen, more photosynthesis, oxygen. So here, so how we have understood that photosynthesis has taken place? Because of production of oxygen in the form of bubbles. So we say that absorption of light, different pigments help in absorption of light, and chlorophyll A absorbs maximum light at, that is blue region and red region, and that is why the rate of photosynthesis is more, and oxygen production is also more at blue region and red region. So with this, what we have understood, that chlorophyll A absorbs the light of blue region and red region, and it is the place, blue region and red region is the place where maximum photosynthesis will be taking place. How we know maximum photosynthesis has taken place? Because of the production of this oxygen bubbles, we can say that photosynthesis has taken place. Okay, so now next topic we will see in the next video.